I know a lot of you play fantasy football, and there is no worse feeling to be down more than 40 points with one player left heading into the Monday night game. And hopefully for you, that one player left is not a kicker or a defense or doesn't play for the Browns. Though if you draft any Browns on your squad, I'm gonna have to both question your intellect and send you an invite to my $80 league. Anyways, if you had started one of the following QBs, you would have enjoyed a comeback that would allow you to put a virtual teabag on your opponent, because here are the 5 greatest individual fantasy QB performances ever. Well, in the past 10 years, since the interweb was invented. Scoring system to tell you which QBs led your team to an epic virtual victory over your dickhead father-in-law who happens to be a Cowboys fan. Number 5, Nick Foles, November 3rd, 2013. You guys remember Nick Foles, right? And Chip Kelly? Yeah, now that you Eagles fans have gotten your Bibles from the Church of Carson Wentz and stitched his name onto your Foles jersey, you can look back to the day when Chip Kelly's hurry-up offense made the Raiders look like they were going to die of heat exhaustion one fine November day, 2013. Foles went an amazing 22 for 28 for 408 yards and 7 touchdowns. He found the end zone more than Usher backstage at one of his concerts that day. He had 0 picks and also rushed for 10 yards for an extra insulting fantasy point. What's even more amazing was Foles was pulled in the third quarter. His fantasy point total that majestic day, 45.24 points. He also had a perfect QB rating, which means absolutely jack shit. Number 4, Peyton Manning, September 5th, 2013. Before he withered away into a slow white Bronco who threw passes that fluttered like a lost butterfly in the wind, Peyton Manning was a bad MRFer. And in 2013 versus the Ravens, Manning, who was coming back from his head nearly falling off and the Colts tossing him aside like an actual douchebag, Manning showed he still had it in the tank. And the Ravens got to feel the full effect of all that super hot fire Manning possessed in his arm as he racked up 462 passing yards and, just like Nicky Foles, 7 TDs. What's amazing is the game was 17-14 Ravens at the half. I guess Peyton got an SNL level halftime speech because he started throwing TDs like Oprah gives away cars, with 5 in the second half. For his effort, he racked up some lucky FanDuel participant with 46.28 points and a firm step in the road towards the Shiva. Number 3, Drew Brees, November 1st, 2015. Okay, so this one hurt personally as I sat and watched every minute of Drew Brees slicing the New York Giant defense up like an internet virgin with a freshly sharpened sword he ordered off of Amazon Prime. What's absurd about this game was on the other end, Eli Manning threw for 350 yards and 6 TDs of his own, as in this game, neither secondary could stop a toddler from leaving a room. Brees dropped back and passed for an absurd 505 yards and tied Nick and Peyton with 7 TDs of his own. He did throw 2 pickles, but that didn't stop him from ultimately winning the game when Brad Wing, the goddamn punter, committed a face mask on a punt return and gave them a 50-yard field goal chance with no time on the clock, which Kai Forbath, of course, nailed. Typical Giants. Number 2, Aaron Rodgers, October 2nd, 2011. Everybody loves to talk about Aaron Rodgers and his amazing arm, his football IQ, his miraculous plays. Fantasy players, though, only care about stats. And on October 2nd, 2011, Aaron delivered stats, with not only his arm, but his legs too. Rodgers and the Pack steamrolled the Broncos, who were starting Kyle Orton that day, 49-23, with Rodgers throwing for 408 yards and 4 touchdowns. Rodgers would also rush 9 times for 36 yards and 2 rushing TDs, bringing his FanDuel point total to 46.36 points. Man, you gotta miss those type of games. Get well, Rodgers. Our fantasy teams need you. Number 1, the Mike Vick game, November 15th, 2010. A lot of people remember Mike Vick for fighting dogs and maybe electrocuting a couple of them, which he did time in prison for. But what a lot of people also remember him for is the Monday night that he absolutely destroyed the Washington Redskins like Kobayashi destroying a plate of Nathan's hot dogs. Now, I remember this game quite clearly because I was up by 48 points in fantasy on my opponent and I was already talking major smack as the Monday night game rolled around. I was leading before the Monday night game 130-82. And all my dick-brained oppo had left was Mike Vick. And Mike Vick proceeded to not only dismantle the Redskins like the US does to Central American governments, but he evaporated my lead like a hot knife through whatever bullshit substance people used to put hot knives on. Remember Hot Knives? Anyways, Vick threw for 333 yards, 4 TDs, then added 80 rushing yards, which is absurd, and 2 rushing TDs. Those are numbers you would take from both a starting QB and a starting back. I'm honestly surprised he didn't add a kick return and a field goal in the 59-28 win. That was a beatdown so bad the French surrendered, and it sparked an epic rant by local radio DJ Chad Dukes that was sweet, sweet Schadenfreude pie. His final FanDuel point output, 49.32 points. And 1 punch to the gut of my fantasy team. Personally, I had to take an STD test after he did me so dirty. Well, I hope you like my list. Don't forget to download the FanDuel app from the link below and get in on the action. You don't have to suffer a heartbreaking loss like me. You can play every single day if you want. Again, use my code Touchdown87 and get a free entry into the NFL Sunday Million contest. And don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to the end of this video. By the way, my son made this animation. It's sweet.
The Washington Redskins owe us. The Washington Redskins owe me, and they owe everybody else that has ever taken crap from Cowboys fans, that has ever not jumped on the Patriots or the Steelers bandwagon, that has remained loyal in this melting pot. You owe us money. We are not whores, and you are not our pimps. And you cannot go out there with that collection of millionaires.